Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Bri and today we are doing your summer 2019 love and life reading for all signs. I am super excited to be here. Those of you who have been following me for a very long time know that I recently went back to school to continue my education to get my BSN, and because of that I haven't been posting as much here on YouTube, but I still have very much been here. I've still been working with people behind the scenes, and I felt really called to put out a video for the whole summer for you guys. So thank you so much to all of you who have been emailing me and just sending me nice, kind things. I really appreciate it. School is going very well. We're about 5 weeks in now, so that is great. I've kind of got things a little bit more under control there. So that's why I wanted to come out with this video. But those of you who are on my mailing list, you guys have been receiving my written tarot scopes, and some of you guys have still been reaching out for me for readings. So if you're interested in receiving my written tarot scopes that I send out, then you definitely want to get on my mailing list. So you can do that at the link down below, or you can just go to my website, rising.com. You can fill in the little join my mailing list thing that kind of pops up there, and I'll make sure that you get all of my emails, my updates, everything from this point out. And if you didn't receive this month's tarot scopes, make sure you check your junk mail, make sure that you make sure that my email is allowed. Or you can just contact me on my website on the contact form and I'll get those out to you, okay? All right, so in addition to that, that is actually a service that I am beginning to offer. So if you liked written tarot scopes and you want to get a written tarot scope sent to you every single week to kind of help guide your week and give you a little insight into your week, that is a service that I am offering. So you can click the link down below to get to that, or you can head over to my website, rising.com, and sign up for that service. And I'll also put a link in there, or put a little thing down below in the description box for a discount code for those of you who need it. Okay, so before we begin the reading, really quickly, I asked you guys, what type of content you guys would want to see from me outside of tarot. And I told you guys I went to the bookstore and I showed you guys a picture of a couple books that I got. And a big majority of you wanted to know more about this book, The Codependency Recovery Plan by Krystal Mazzola. It's a 5-step guide to understand, accept, and break free from the codependent cycle. So I was in the bookstore. I literally had a blackout and I bought so many books, but I really wanted to get books that I felt could really help benefit you guys and benefit myself as well, of course. And I have started reading this book, and oh my goodness, it is just very eye-opening, and I feel like this summer this is a book that so many of us need to read to just kind of understand codependency, and because there are different levels of that, and that's what talks about in the book. There are different levels of it, and some of them are very mild and some are more severe, and I feel like this book is so helpful. So what I've decided to do is I've created a Facebook group, and the Facebook group is called Rising Community. Get it? Bri Rising, Rising Community. And it's for those of you who really want to go deeper, than just tarot readings. You want to go deeper than that. You want to get more content that's really going to help you. So I will leave the link for that down below as well. You will have to, be approved and all of that, because I want to make sure that everyone in the group really wants to be there and is really going to participate and be, good. So I will leave the link for that down below as well, and I'll also leave the link to this book so that you can purchase it, and that way you can follow along. So I'll be starting this within the next couple of weeks as we get more people into the group, and I want to allow everyone a chance to kind of read the book. And you can also use my Facebook group just to really communicate with me more and communicate with other people as well. I likely will be disabling the comments from my YouTube because it is just a lot to keep up with, and I can't really like focus on everyone, but if everyone's all in one place, then I really will know who really wants to, genuinely talk. All right, so that'll be down below. I'm very, very excited about this because I know that this will be very, very helpful. One last thing before we get into the reading is you guys asked me to create a tarot course, and I did that. It was a live course over 4 weeks. It was such a great time. I had such an amazing time teaching it, and I did actually record the entire course. It is a 6-hour course full of in-depth information on how to read tarot. So if you're looking for something fun to do this summer, or you've always wanted to learn tarot, then I have that available for you down below. I did have it on sale for 40% off, and I have decided to keep that sale going on through Father's Day. So you will be able to get the course 40% off through Father's Day. So I will leave the link for that down below as well. Alright guys, so that has been 6 minutes of announcements. Thank you so much for sticking through that. Let's go ahead and let's get going with the reading for the summer. Also, it is summertime here in Florida, which means thunderstorms, so you might hear a little bit of thunder from here and there, just in case you hear that in the background. Alright guys, let's go ahead and let's tune in. Let's see what the most important messages for everyone in summer 2019 in life and in love, beginning with life, please. Alright, so most important messages. Most important messages, summer 2019. Most important messages. So we're going to do a 9-card spread here. Okay, and this is the Unknown Tarot. This is my favorite deck. Okay, I will leave the link for it down below as well. We'll do 9 cards, okay, 3 different rows, and we'll think about it like beginning of summer, midsummer, and end of summer. And if you are in the southern hemisphere, then I guess you can think about this as winter, okay? For all my friends who are in New Zealand and Australia. Right. Okay, bottom of the deck, we've got the 10 of Swords. So what I feel like for this summer is many of us are going to be putting cycles to rest, okay? There's been many cycles that have been just repeating and repeating and repeating over and over in your life, and maybe more recently you've become more aware of what these cycles are, and this summer you're going to have an opportunity to start to put the cycles behind you, okay, or have that recognition that these cycles need to be put behind you because they just serve no purpose, okay? We have the Judgment card here. I feel like many of us are going to be rising above situations, like I said, rising above cycles that just don't have any value or any purpose or any reason for occurring. You've likely just grown beyond certain situations, and this summer you're really going to be able to, what I feel like is you're really going to be able to put them behind you once and for all and really have a deep understanding as to why that cycle ends. Because the thing is that if you try to just move on and forget that something happened and just, try to push stuff away from it, what you're actually doing is you're pulling that situation closer to you. But when you can really get close to something and understand it, then it makes it easier to move forward. You know, a lot of times we hang on to things or we do things over and over again because we don't understand why we're doing it, what's happening. And I feel like this summer, it's like a lot of us are going to be able to learn a true reason why or the core meaning behind something, and that's going to give enough understanding to make it easier to move forward. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully you guys are maybe starting to feel that or are anticipating that to happen this summer. Okay, underneath this we do have the Three of Swords here as well. So I do feel that, you know, it's not going to be an easy thing, okay? But it's very necessary, okay? And that's very important, is that even though something may not be the most pleasant thing to do or the easiest thing to do, doesn't mean it shouldn't be done. And I feel like there are, like I said, there's something that's just been going on in your life over and over and over again, and now it's really time to kind of put it to rest. So let's look at the beginning of the summer and let's see how this relates to this. So beginning of summer, we have the Death card in reverse, the Hermit, and the Father of Wands. So I feel like with the Death card in reverse is with whatever this situation is, okay, there may be initially a little bit of, I don't want to say resistance, but I feel like there's going to be a little bit of, I almost want to say like hesitation, okay, to end whatever this cycle is. And it feels like a delay, okay? So there's like some type of delay here in ending this. I feel like, yeah, I feel like yeah, it's like, it's something that's inevitable. It's something that has to happen, but either there's some type of delay that happens or there's a resistance to allowing this process to happen. We have the Hermit in the middle position here, and I feel like with the Hermit, like I said, it's like there's going to be a little bit of time that needs to be taken to really fully understand and grasp everything that's happening. But what I also feel too is that you're prepared, like you're ready for this, okay? With the Father of Wands being here, I do feel that whatever this situation is, whatever is representative of the Ten of Swords, Death in reverse, and Hermit in your life, whatever that is for you, you're ready for this cycle to end. Like you're more than ready for it to end. This may have been a long time coming. You may have seen this, you may have been anticipating, you may have been preparing for this, or maybe your life has been kind of just slowly moving in this direction. And I feel that for a lot of you, it's almost like what really holds you back is more of the fear of, yes, the fear of the unknown, but a lot of you know that the other side of the situation is going to be really good. I kind of feel like there's just something standing in the way of you having everything that you want, and I feel like you know that. But at the same time, whatever this is, whatever this represents for you, it's still not easy to let go of. And I don't feel like there's like a lot of bad blood or anything like that. It just kind of feels like it's just time. It's just a natural thing that kind of has to happen. But initially, at the beginning of the summer, there may be a little bit of resistance to this happening, okay? I also feel like there's a fear. That's what I feel. There's fear. So, like I said, the fear of the unknown, I feel, but then I also feel that there could be fear of, just retaliation came to mind. Okay, maybe some of you are afraid that if you leave this situation, there's going to be some type of retaliation towards you. There's going to be some type of negative backlash or something of these sorts. And I think that that could be what's keeping some of you guys stuck, is like fear of what could potentially happen. And as I just started saying that, it just started lightly pouring outside. Just a nice little shower. And the thing that came to mind, I know that we're past this, but that April showers bring May flowers. And maybe someone needed to hear that something may need to end in your life, and it may be difficult, but ultimately I do feel like something good is really going to happen. Many of you, whatever the situation is, it's holding you back from really living your life and being in the moment and enjoying yourself, okay? So I'm going to pull a clarifier here for the death card and just see if we can get a little bit more information before we move on to the middle of the summer. And just as I said that, the rain stopped. That is Florida for you. Five of Cups. Yeah, okay, so whatever the situation is, and we have Son of Cups at the bottom of the deck now, whatever the situation is, it is not, I don't think you necessarily, want it to happen. I think you might be sad about it. But I also do feel like it's just something that kind of has to happen, and I think you know that. I really don't feel like this is a surprise. I don't really feel like this is something that you haven't seen or haven't anticipated, but it doesn't make it any easier. So what I do want you to just take away from this row here is that whatever this is that it is going to ultimately help you to live the life that you want to live, okay? All right, so let's look at the middle of the summer here. So after this situation, let's look at what we have here. We have the Ten of Pentacles, so there you go. We have the Tower, and we have the Son of Wands. Okay, so very interesting here. So yeah, like I said, I feel like once you move past whatever the situation represents for you, there is going to be a lot of abundance here, okay? You are going to feel, I think, dramatically better. I do feel, though, that with the Tower in the middle of this, is that even though maybe you're anticipating this, maybe even though you're like, okay, like I know that this could happen, I still do think that it will come as a bit of a shock. It will come as a bit of, a change. There is going to be a huge transformation. And we have the Tower in the middle of the reading. So this summer, to me, I think is going to be a highly transformative summer for everyone, okay? Now, with the Ten of Pentacles here, I do feel that, again, there's another cycle completing here, okay? So we had the Ten of Wands initially, and now we have the Ten of Pentacles. So I do feel that there is another cycle completing, and for this one, I feel like a lot of you might be moving this summer, okay? It's very strange. That's what came through. But I feel like, perhaps the situation that you're in at the moment right now, it served its purpose. It just feels to me that, like, purpose has been served, and I also feel too is that though we have the Five of Cups here, whereas this may be an emotional loss here, I do feel that physically you're fine, okay? So like I said, for some of you might be moving and it might be sad, like maybe you really like your roommates or maybe you really like where you live or you really like your home, but I don't feel like you're like, you know, left out in the cold here. I don't feel like you don't have anything. You certainly have something. You certainly are fine, okay? That's what I'm getting here. Okay? So, give me one moment. My computer just closed out. So give me 1 second here. Sorry about this, guys. Okay. Not sure why that's doing that. So yeah, so with the Son of Wands here, so we go from the Father of Wands to the Son of Wands in the middle of the summer. So I feel like I feel here that there's some type of transition here. And even despite everything that's going on, I do feel that you're going to stay very lively, okay? Like your passion, your desire, your dreams are not going to be hindered by whatever is happening here. I feel like at this point in, wherever you are in your life, you're very clear about what you want. And even though life is going to throw you, little things here and there, that's not going to stop you from doing what you ultimately want to do, okay? So middle of the summer, I do feel this is where the change really sets in. I do feel like, however, you are fine, like physically, financially, I feel like maybe a lot of you are going to be moving on to bigger and better things, and your joy or your heart or your passion is not going to be snuffed out because of what's going on, okay? So that's really good. That's something you can definitely, know for sure. So no matter what comes your way, keep your eye on the prize, keep your eye on what you want. All right, so let's look at the end of summer here. We have the Eight of Cups, the Fool, and the Son of Pentacles. Okay, so now instead of the Son of Wands, we have the Son of Pentacles moving into the end of the summer. So yes, whatever ending or completion is, happening here, I feel like this fully culminates by the end of the summer. There might be a little period of time beginning in the middle of summer where there's like I said, a transitionary point, transformation point. There's still going to be a little bit of like lingering energy from the past, but I feel like by the end of the summer, you really are able to very clearly differentiate between the past and the present. By the end of the summer, I feel like you're fully on board with what your life is at this point in time. We have the Fool card to follow it. So, you're jumping into a brand new cycle that I feel like is going to carry you into the fall. However, what I feel from this Fool is that with it being followed by the Son of Pentacles, it's not like I don't feel like you're like naively jumping into anything. I feel like you're very well aware of what you're doing. You're very, very sure of what it's going to take for this new beginning to happen. And like I said, mid-summer here, I don't feel like you're like, I don't really feel like you're struggling or anything. It just feels to me that there's just a change. That's what it feels like. And I feel like even though there's a lot of change and transformation going on, like I said, you're very well aware of like what needs to be done. You're very well aware of what it's going to take for this new thing you're doing to, progress and move forward and succeed. So very good way to end the summer. So if the beginning of the summer, June, July, kind of feel a little bit, I guess if you are having a bit of a harder time in June and July, know that by August and, early September that you're going to move past whatever this is. Whatever this energy is that we started out with, you're very much going to move past it by the end of the summer. And I feel like you have your eyes set on something. With the Sun of Pentacles here, it feels like you're very grounded. It feels like you very much so understand, okay, this is what I'm doing and it's going to take time. The Sun of Pentacles takes his time, is very diligent, is working very, very methodically and taking one step at a time. And I feel like that passion, dreamer energy that I feel up here becomes very solid and stable down here. So I think that with whatever it is that you're working on, with whatever it is that you want to do, there's just something beginning of the summer that you're going to have to put behind you in order to get to this point here. Okay? So if something's ending, if something's leaving your life, something's changing, feel those feelings and take some time to understand that, but also do know that that exact thing is what's going to be in the way for you to continue on this cycle. Okay? So I'm going to pull one Universe Has Your Back deck card. These are by Gabrielle Bernstein. I will leave the link for them down below. Let's get your summer mantra. Whoa. Most important message for the summer, please. Okay, awesome. And this card is perfect, very beautiful. It says, the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender to the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. And I love this. And I totally have been, really embodying this and really integrating this into, my person right now, is that what's going to happen is going to happen, right? And there's very little things that are actually in our control. And when you can give up what you're not in control of and focus on what you can control, life gets a lot easier. And, quite frankly, you can breathe easier because the pressure of making a lot of decisions just goes away. And all you can really focus on is yourself. You could really only control or, manipulate what you can do. You can't really manipulate an entire situation. And when you do that, when you give up that control, and you give it over to the universe, you give it over to God, then that allows the universe to work on that. It puts it in the universe's court, and, the universe can move the situation, because we only see just a few variables of something. We can only see very limited of a situation. But when we, are submitted and surrendered to the universe and surrendered to God, who does see all the variables, who does know everything that's going to happen, then it gets a lot easier and you can trust in that. Okay? All right, so beautiful card here. that is your summer 2018 life reading. We are going to reset now, and we're going to jump into the love reading. So really quickly, I am going to try to log into my computer here. It knocked me off, and I need to be able to see the card layout. Okay, there we go. Not sure why that happened, so I apologize for that. But let's go ahead and let's reset here. Let's declutter the table a little bit. And let's go into the love reading. Now, this is going to be, like I said, for the summer, okay? This can be regarding somebody existing in your life. This can be someone who is new in your life, or this could be someone who is coming into your life, okay? So take it how it resonates for you, all right? So let's go ahead and let's get started here. Our most important messages in love for summer 2019. What does everyone need to know? What does everyone need to hear? I'm going to lay the cards face down, and we will go through them one by one. Okay. All right, so like I said, I'm going to lay the cards out, and then we'll go through them kind of piece by piece, section by section here. This top row is going to be representative of the person who's watching this video. Bottom row is going to be for your lover or potential lover here, okay? Bottom of the deck, we have that Judgment card again. So this is the same card that came out in our life reading. So like I said, I feel very strongly that this summer you're going to have an opportunity to really put something behind you, or to rise above something. So for those of you who this is someone who's existing, I feel like there's going to be some type of culmination of that situation. Either you're going to be able to get closure in the situation, or you're going to be able to put behind a whole chapter, or I'm sorry, put a whole chapter behind both of you and move on to the next one. You're just going to be able to rise above the problems and issues that you've had, and you're going to be able to move forward. For those of you who this is someone new, or you're, anticipating someone coming into your life, I feel like this is that you and this person individually in your lives have come to some type of inner peace about something. You've learned from your mistakes from the past. You each have resolved a chapter, have resolved outstanding issues. And now moving forward into this next stage of life, or this next stage of love, you're going to be able to rise above your past, okay? So it feels really, really positive here. And then again, we've got the Knight of Wands here, which is the Son of Wands that we just saw in the life reading. So I do feel that even if you've come out of a challenging season in love, or whatever your love life has been up to this point, I feel like your desire, your passions, they have not been snuffed out. They're still there. You still have fire there. You still have desire there. And underneath this, we have the Ace of Coins. So I do feel like this summer will certainly be the beginning of something very stable for many of you, whether this is something stable within a partnership, or something stable within just your person and who you are. And you're going to carry this energy forward in love, okay? So with that being said, we're going to start here with each of your overall energies. So your overall energy for the summer, we have the Two of Cups here, And their overall energy for the summer, we have the Queen of Coins. I'm going to actually bring this down a little bit. There we go. Okay. So, Two of Cups for you, Queen of Coins for them. This person could be an earth sign. They could be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. Someone who has worked on themselves for a really long time, okay? This feels like someone who, yeah, wow, okay. This is someone who has acquired a lot through perseverance, determination, ambition, okay? And this person, they now want to take what they have and they want to share it, okay? They want to share it with someone. This could be that they are someone, for a lot of you, okay, this is someone who does have a lot of material wealth, or they have, for lack of a better term, they have their stuff together, okay? They have things together, they've got stability, for some of them, they're educated, they are, they're educated, they're well off, they're secure. And this is something that they have, not just something that they've, acquired overnight. This is something that they thought about, they dreamed about, they pursue it, they got it. Like I said, some of you, I feel like this person is educated, and like their career affords them this ability, affords them this lifestyle. And what I feel from this is that they're at a point where they're like, you know what, I really want to share everything I've acquired. I want to share everything that I've gathered. I want to share it with someone. And luckily for you, with you being the Two of Cups, you're open to this type of sharing. That's the main word I feel here, is that I feel like you each are open to sharing. Perhaps yourself as well. Perhaps you have, worked yourself into a very similar position here because, like is going to attract like, all right? So maybe you're very similar. Maybe you also have acquired a lot. Maybe you also are stable. Maybe you also are secure as well. And you're willing to open your heart. That's kind of what I feel here, is that you're more of you're open in the heart space. You're open to what could potentially come of here. Whereas this person, I feel like they're open to sharing their life, sharing their resources, sharing their assets. So very good start here. So let's look at what's going on in both of your head spaces. For you, we have the Fool, which came out in the life reading, and for them, we have the Four of Wands. So, okay, wonderful. So for you, with the Fool here, you, like we saw, are definitely ready for a new beginning here. I feel very strongly that, a lot of people who are going to watch this video, either you have, you've either gone through a very challenging cycle, or maybe not even challenging, just you've gone through a long cycle. Maybe it's been very therapeutic. It's been very healing for you. I feel that, like I said, maybe you've also been working very hard as well. And I feel like now you're ready for something new in love. Maybe you've spent some time with yourself. You've been, engaging in self-love techniques, and you've been, really taking care of yourself. And now you're ready to share the love that's in your heart with someone. And this is a new thing for you. And I feel like that's kind of the way that you're thinking. For them, we have the Four of Wands here. So this is certainly a card of celebration. This definitely is a card of joy. In some decks, this could be interpreted as, a card of union and marriage. And I feel for this person, this summer, they're really looking to have a good time with someone. They're looking to have a good time and, really enjoy themselves and celebrate. I get the feeling from this first card that this person has been working really hard. Like, if they've acquired something, like maybe this person, I feel like this person, maybe they've recently, just reached a certain level in their life. They've reached a certain level of wealth. They've reached a certain level of status. They've reached a certain level of whatever it is. And now they're like, okay, now that I'm at this place, I really want to enjoy that with someone. Okay, that's what's going on in their heads. Let's look at the heart space here. We have the Star for you, beautiful card. And for them, we have the Justice card, okay? So we've got Aquarius here, and we've got Libra here. So very well, some of you who are watching this right now, you could be two air signs, okay? You could be an earth sign, they could be an air sign, okay? Doesn't have to be, but I kind of feel that here. For someone who's watching this, you're an air sign, they're an air sign, okay? You could be an Aquarius, they could be a Libra. But what I feel here is that with the Star card, in how you feel in your heart, I feel like your heart is really open for whatever. You're not really trying to force anything. You're not really trying to make anything happen. Like, it's just whatever happened, and I feel like you're certainly okay with where you're at. You're very happy with what you're doing, but you're also would be happy too to work down the road with someone, or start opening up to someone this summer, or kind of start something new with someone this summer. You're optimistic for it. Your heart's open for it. But if it doesn't happen, you're fine. Okay? Like, I get this good feeling of both of you that you're both content. You're both fine. You're both fine with where you're at. You're both happy with where you're currently at. But the important thing here is that your heart is open. And that's a really beautiful place to be. Is I think that when your heart can be open and you can be, open to the possibilities of whatever can happen, that's when beautiful things happen. I think it's when we become very fixated on one specific outcome and one specific thing happening, that specific thing happening doesn't necessarily occur, so, or may not occur the way that you think, and it kind of sets you up for disappointment when what the universe maybe has for you is equally as good or better than what you imagined. And I feel like this summer you're really open to what happens, but your happiness isn't dependent upon it. With this person, we have the Justice card here and how they're feeling. So I feel like with them, as far as their heart goes, it's like okay, so I just got the feeling, and this is super specific. This is certainly going to apply to like someone very specific here. But I feel like with this person, they're looking for an equal partner. Okay, they're looking for someone who's on their level. Okay, and not, that doesn't mean to sound like snotty or anything like that, but I kind of get the feeling that this person may have been hurt in the past. They may have been wronged in the past. Maybe they gave a lot in the past and it wasn't reciprocated. And I don't feel like they're holding any resentment about that, but I do just feel that they're more aware that something that they're seeking out is they're seeking for someone who is emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually, like on their level. Okay, they want equal, they want balance, they want someone who's where they are, because, I feel like in the past, someone wasn't, okay? Someone was not And it may have been them. Maybe they weren't equal, okay? But now this is something that they're looking for. They're looking for someone who is equal to them, who is a counterpart to who they are, okay? Yeah, because what I feel here is that I feel like this person is looking for something serious, okay? They're looking for something serious. They're looking for, not necessarily that they're looking to get married this summer, but they are looking for someone who does want to get married, someone who does want to go down that path. Not saying that it's going to, like I said, going to happen anytime soon, but someone who's maybe marriage minded, someone who is working towards, creating stability in their life for marriage, preparing for that responsibility, someone who is, wife material and maybe even like mother material, if that's something that they're thinking about as well. They're not looking for just, they're not looking for just anyone, okay? This person is looking for someone very specific, okay? Someone very specific. And that's what I get from this person, okay? All right, so let's look at the potential challenge here, or the potential block. We've got the Six of Cups for you, and we have the Empress for them, okay? All right, so the potential block for you, or potential challenge, or just something to overcome here, we have the Six of Cups here. Now, this could be related to that life reading that we saw, okay? It could be related to that. There might be someone or something from the past. What I more feel like this, from the last reading as well as here, is that this is more of letting go, or needing to let go, or a situation from the past that's holding you back, okay? And it may not be a situation that's present, okay? It may be something that happened in the past. It could be dealing with an ex or a past lover, or just your past love life in general, or the way that you've perceived love in the past. That could be what holds you back, okay? So, like I said, this person is definitely looking for someone very specific. They're looking for someone who, like I said, I think this person's looking for someone for their future, okay? And what I feel with the Six of Cups here is that your past could be holding you back, or might hold you back, because this is a potential challenge. Your past might hold you back from wanting to move forward and proceed with this connection, okay? So I kind of felt here with the Justice card that, this person certainly has a past, okay? Everyone has a past, but this person really has a past. This person also may be divorced, okay? They may be divorced, or going through a divorce, or maybe they were in a very long committed relationship. Maybe they shared assets, okay? They had something material together, a home, some sort of that, something along those lines. And I feel like they've resolved that, but it's still what they desire, okay? Even though they've gone through something here, they still want that, okay? What I feel here is that you may have had something in the past that maybe was equally as challenging as what this person has gone through, but perhaps that is holding you back from moving forward. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Yes, like For example, maybe you've had a past relationship, okay? And maybe something happened there, and you may be hurt by that. You may still carry some type of um, pain or fear from that situation. And so this is something to keep in mind as a heads up with this situation. The fear from that could come back here. Okay? So that's something to keep in mind. Now, with this person, we have the Empress. Okay? So for them, what could potentially hold them back, I feel, is a couple of things. Ooh, that thunder just scared me. I feel a couple of things that could potentially hold them back. um, okay, right off the bat, for someone out there, this person maybe has a child, okay? For someone out there. It may be a young child, too, okay? That's very specific. And that could be something that could be why this person desires or wants some level of stability and commitment here, because they need to provide a good environment for their child, okay? That's very specific. For there's a lot of things coming off of this card. Yeah, if it's not a child, it's money. I feel very strongly that this person was burned financially. And again, that also is very specific as well. But I just get the feeling that this is someone who is financially set, is financially stable, and that might be a fear that they have, that, for example, if they are more financially stable than you, if they provide for you, if they care for you, that the situation will work out the same way that this situation worked out, okay? So I don't feel that these are going to be super difficult things to get past, but I also do feel like they are a factor, and it's just good for you to be aware of what could potentially hold you up, and it's good for you to know what could be potentially holding this person up, because that could play a role here, okay? That could definitely play a role. All right, so let's get a card here for the outcome. We have the Two of Coins for you, and we've got the Page of Coins. Okay, so you both have coins here. So certainly something is physically changing here. Okay, something is physically changing here. For you, we have the Two of Coins. So I feel like there is going to be a rebalancing of your life, okay? Like I said, I feel for a lot of you that you're going to be moving this summer, okay? I feel strongly for someone. Someone's going to be moving this summer. And because of that, because you're going to be moving, there's going to be just a rebalancing of your whole life, a rebalancing of your schedule, of your finances, of where you physically live. But I also feel like there's like yeah, it's like there's this whole rebalancing of your life. Like I feel like what your life is right now at the beginning of the summer is going to be totally different at the end of the summer. So it's going to be very interesting, for everyone to watch this video as the summer progresses and kind of see what's going on and where you're at in your life here. Okay, so just know that something's going to be changing. Now, for them, we have the Page of Coins here. So I feel like this person is going to offer you something here. And my computer closed out again, so hopefully you guys can see this card. I feel like there's going to be an offering here from this person. But remember, this is a page, okay? It's going to be a small offer. Now, what I want you to understand about this offer from this person is that, not saying that they're testing you, but they kind of are. But they want to give you a little bit. And they want to see what you're going to do with a little bit. How will you respond with a small bit of what they have to offer? Okay? Because I'm telling you guys, this person, they've got a lot to offer. Okay? They've got a lot to offer. But like we talked about here, that is kind of a pain point for them. So they're not going to just give you this initially. You have to understand that, okay? They're not going to give you that initially, but they will give you something. It's not going to be a lot. But the little they give you is very important. And, like the Bible says, what someone does with a little bit is a really good indicator of what they're going to do with the law. That's not the exact quote from the Bible, but that's the gist of, what it says is, if you give someone a little bit and they squander it, they can't be trusted with more. And that's the thing is, I feel like this person's going to give you a little bit and they're going to see, okay, how did they handle that little bit there? Are they trustworthy? Can I give them more? And that's going to, I think, determine kind of what this person's next step is going to be. Like I said, for some of you, this person is an earth sign, and we have Taurus on the table here, as well as the Page of Coins. So I feel like this is someone who moves very slowly, very methodically. They're not in a rush. I don't get the feeling that this person's in a rush. I don't feel like you're in a rush either. I just think things are changing in your life. But just know this person's not in a rush, okay? So take your time and be patient with this and don't overlook small things, okay? Because big things have very small beginnings, okay? All right, guys, so what I'm going to do here is I am going to go into an extended on this love portion here specifically. I think there's a lot more details to suss out. We're going to look at some of the action steps here and get a little bit of clarification on some of these cards. We're going to get some Romance Angels cards as well. So if you want to go deeper into this reading, I will leave the link for that down below. If not, I hope that you have enjoyed this reading. I feel like this summer is going to be super transformative, so make sure that you guys jump into the Facebook group and talk about what's going on. It's so much better to talk about this in a community forum, and I don't feel like the YouTube comments are the best place to do that, especially because they're very public. At least in a private group, it's more secure, and I feel that there are a lot of you who are going to be going through very similar things. So it's going to be good to be in a group and talk about that, and I might do more exclusive readings within the group. So you're certainly going to want to be over there, and remember to pick up your copy of the Codependency Recovery Guide. This may be what has happened in the past for you, and maybe this is going to help you to work through that. So I will leave the link for that down below, like I said, and I hope to see you guys over in the group. Okay, so just to recap what we talked about in the beginning of the reading, Make sure that you're on the email list, because that's where I send out all of the updates and tarot scopes, and we'll certainly be covering these situations as we go on. And the tarot scopes are by sign, so you'll get specifically what's going on for your sun, moon, and rising sign, and maybe this person's sun, moon, rising sign if you know that information. So that's very good. So that's that. I am offering personalized written tarot scopes as well. So if you want to get a personalized look at what's going on into your life, then make sure you sign up for that service. Once I get a certain number of people, like more than I can handle, then I'm going to cut that off. So make sure that you sign up for that. If you are interested, as soon as possible. If you're interested in a reading, make sure that you check out my menu and get a reading. Okay, book sooner than later. I only do readings on Monday and Tuesday. I have very limited availability with school and my schedule, so the sooner you book, the sooner that you're going to get your reading. And yes, I think that is it. Oh, my tarot course. Remember, if you want to learn how to read tarot, I have my 6-hour course that is 40% off through Father's Day, so that's going to be a really good option. All right, so that is that. I love you guys. Take care. I'll see you in the Facebook group, or contact me over on my website, rising.com, and we'll be in touch. And I'll see those of you who want to continue this reading in the extended. Bye.